Supreme Court clears way for Venezuelan deportation to resume for now. Okay, so this, Rob, if you got the clip on this one here, Supreme Court ruled Monday that the Trump administration can resume deporting Venezuelan migrants under the Alien Enemies Act, overturning a lower court's pause. The unsigned order stated the detainees are confined in Texas, so venue is improper in the District of Columbia, directing the case to Texas. All justice-agreed migrants must get notice within a reasonable time to challenge removal per Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Concurrence through, is this the clip, Rob?
It is. This is
it.
News Nation reporting on this late last night.
Go for it.
And the Trump administration can restart deportation flights under the Alien Enemies Act. The Supreme Court ruling in a narrow majority that the wartime law can be used to deport illegal immigrants. Those flights have been at the center of a legal firestorm between the administration and the Justice Department. News Nation's Tom Dempsey has the latest from Washington. So, Tom, this wasn't a complete victory for the president, was it?
Yeah, but a temporary win, you could say, for the Trump administration. Anna, good morning. Look, these, for now, these deportation flights under the Alien Enemies Act can continue as this case makes its way through court. And as part of this Supreme Court decision, anyone ordered to be deported must have their day in court. President Donald Trump, though, celebrated this decision when it came down, posting the Truth Social quote, saying that the Supreme Court upheld the rule of law and calling it a great day for justice in America. The Supreme Court did not rule on whether those Venezuelans on flights to El Salvador last month were improperly classified for deportation under the Alien Enemies Act, but the justices did determine that the court cases challenging those deportations cannot be held in Washington, D.C. They must take place where the detainees are being held. In this case, that was Texas. Liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor led the dissenting opinion, writing, quote, "The government's conduct in this litigation poses an extraordinary threat to the rule of law. We as a nation and a court of law should be better than this." And we will note, too, in this close 5-4 margin on the Supreme Court, conservative leading justice Amy Coney Barrett actually joined the 3 liberal leading justices in dissenting in the opinion. Anna?
Yeah, and Tom, what about the Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador? Do we know when he's coming home?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we do not know when he's coming home. Look, that case has gotten national attention. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is the name of the man, and right now he does not know when he's going to be returning home after Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts issued an order pausing that official order for him to return home by midnight. The Trump team admits Abrego Garcia was mistakenly...
Tom, thoughts?
So, first of all, I think we're seeing some of the true colors of Amy Coney Barrett. Vinny has talked about this, but I think what we all have to do, let's look at this, somewhat objectively. And what Justice Sotomayor said, I think we look at that. It says and also what Tom Dempsey, the correspondent, said, each person has to have their day in court. Look, all the crazies out there want you to believe that we're just going down the street, you, and we're throwing you on a plane and sending you back. No, you're going to detention centers. Public defenders look at who you are. What identification do you have? What have you done? What's going on? We check you out, and away you go. And with all that activity and all that stuff going on, we have one guy, one in all the activity, one that we have found a whoops. And guess what? Even John Roberts has said, hang on, he is going to come home, but hang on a second because we have to do this right, and let's get it right. And so when you see a 5-4 decision here, what I'm really seeing is Coney Barrett and Sotomayor saying, hey, we got to get the rule of law right, and then we got other liberal justices that just don't want Trump to do anything, so they'll vote no and whatever. But remember, this law goes back to, help me out, 1789 is when this law was started regarding foreign combatants. And we are seeing new levels of foreign combatants. And I believe the Trump administration is correctly categorizing these people as foreign combatants. And so if that's the way it's going to be, then you're going to have an expedited ride home because you're causing issues here. But I also think, and Vinny probably got an opinion on this, we're kind of seeing that we maybe don't have an exact conservative justice. Maybe we have like a moderate leaning right on big issue justice. Not the support that I wanted to see from her.
Like at the end of the day, and you nailed it, Tom, out of all this situation, one guy that they have, like out of how many thousands, that we made one mistake. I love how everybody thinks we're going to be perfect in this whole situation. But let's just ask ourselves, who are we deporting? And who are we? Okay, we're deporting illegal. There's the word illegal people that are freaking gang members. Okay, what do gang members do? They don't skip down the street holding hands. No, they sell drugs. They beat up people. They shoot people. Look what Tren de Agua was doing and freaking taking over apartment complexes in Colorado. It's like enough. Like the left, what they're sticking up for these people. And I get this due process situation. Maybe the process needs to change. When it's you are here and we have documentation that you are illegal and you're in a gang, there's no what day in court. What day in court? Get out of the country. You don't belong here in the first place. And Tom, Mitch McConnell brought Amy Coney Barrett. He brought Amy Coney Barrett to Trump and rushed the nomination, okay? And some would argue that she's a freaking plant. Because look at her. Look at the, remember when she was at the, not the State of the Union? When Trump walked in, have you ever seen a Supreme Court justice look at a freaking president with that much disdain, Tom? Have you ever seen that?
Bush was tricked the same way, Bush Sr., over David Souter.
Okay, so exactly my point.
Yep. And John Roberts maybe too.
Yeah, and John, but at the end of the day, Brandon, what are we fighting about? And I don't know if you saw this. Like it just drives me crazy. They're illegal gang members. Get them the hell out. We made one mistake. Okay, they're gonna fix it. They're not gonna let the guy stay there forever. It just drives me bananas.
Adam.
Tren de Agua. I love Trump saying the Tren de Agua, but look, there's something happening. By the way, in Venezuela, I'm getting a lot more messages from people. Are you getting these messages on Connect? Are you seeing these things about Venezuela and this upheaval of what's going on in Venezuela? There's something happening there. This Maduro guy, no bueno. But obviously, we agree with getting these criminals and these gang members out of the country. But let's not just gloss over. There's this one dude, what's his name? Kilmar Garcia, that's like, guys, you ship me out to El Salvador to a maximum security prison. And I guess when you go fast, things are going to break. I get it. And I agree with what Trump is doing. But just put yourself in this guy's shoes. They're like, he shows up to the prison, maximum security prison in El Salvador. They're like, what's up, bro? What gang you Tren de Agua? He goes, no, I work for Zephyr Hills. Like, I just like water. I'm working in the water industry. What gang you sending home? Like, imagine this guy's experience. Just, he's a citizen or he's married to an American citizen. He's not tatted up. He's not a gang member. Shows up to El Salvador. Can we just show an image of what it looks like in El Salvador when you show up there with MS-13?
But is it
Could
you
imagine the jail you're talking about?
Yes.
But Adam, is it
Could you
worth-
imagine what this guy is dealing with right now?
But is it crazy that it has to go to Supreme Court for them to fight? Like
it's
Trump
better
has
pictures than that
Trump
guy.
has to fight.
There we go.
Trump has to fight to keep the flights going because Adam, for 4 years they came in here willy nilly. They gave them the green light. The Biden and Elijah Mayorkas said, "Come on in." So I'm not harping on one
Vinny,
guy.
be a comedian for
I am,
1 second. It's not funny.
well,
but just imagine you're just a regular dude. You end up here because of an administrative error. I feel like it's a Chappelle skit at this point.
He's safe in there because guess what? They don't play games. Everybody's head is down.
I think he was a former gang member too. I don't think he was a citizen. And but no, like when it comes to like 80-20 issues though, like why would somebody go out and try to argue against this? Like, like what kind of argument are you going to make to say like, oh no, we shouldn't do it. It's not a good idea to deport gang members. Like,
I think everyone's on board with that.
illegal. Brandon,
clearly not though, because they're not arguing about this one guy. They're arguing about the concept of mass deportations of gang members.
Well, he got elected on this premise,
Right,
and he's
and
going to do what he was elected to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying, like, what's the pitch that people are making to say, like, oh, it's not a good idea to deport gang members? Like, why?
They just don't like Trump.
No, but it's
I know.
5-4. But Supreme Court's going 5-4. It shouldn't be that close.
Did you study?
It should be
Did you study the case?
Adam, I'm studying I'm just following what is happening. Anybody fighting for the other side, this is the left. And this is why they're going to keep losing. What are you standing on? And then you have Adam Schiff and Jamie Raskin. You know what they do? They're doing shadow hearings now. Did you know that? That's what the left is doing. They're having shadow hearings because they're trying to circumvent what Trump is doing. This is what they're doing.
I think it's a very, simplistic answer to say Amy Coney Barrett, who was appointed by Trump, now doesn't like Trump, so she's going to vote against.
Who said she ever liked Trump?
Well, when she votes against him, it's a strong argument to say it looks like she doesn't like him.
But then you actually have to go do the work and find out maybe what she thinks on this, maybe what she believes on this. I don't know what she thinks, so I'm not going to speculate. You guys are just going down she voted against it, she must hate Trump. So, there it is. That's a simplistic answer.
No, I'm going off
that
of
shows
somebody
you haven't done
staring
any
at
work on this.
No, I'm going off of, there's no, Adam, you cannot explain to me how it's a 5-4 ruling on deporting illegal gang members out of the country. Period. It should be 9-0, and then we made a mistake on one freaking guy. So let's fix the mistake. But
So-
the ruling, Adam, I have to do the ruling over art elite. Yeah, Gavin Newsom, let me do the hands. I don't want any illegal. If you're an illegal gang member, get the out of my country. Bye.
Yeah,
bye.
easy.
Bye. Next. Sorry. I don't.
He's very firm with this idea.
Yeah.
He's been partying with Venezuela.
That's what it
That's
is.
true. Listen, I stand by one thing.
Alone.
Thick Latinas are able to stay.
okay,
Just
now
let you
we- now
guys
we
know
get
right
it.
now.
Are you a dog person or a cat person? We know this guy's a cat person. Adam, I have a special guest here today. If you can bring him over here.
Hey-o.
This is my number one therapist for the last 16 years next month. This is our buddy Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Jimbo is going to be 16 years old next month. And he's wearing some, Jimbo, can we show off what you got on? He's got a Future Looks Bright shirt back here. And because it is what is it, the National Pet Day, Rob? Can you pull that up?
Yes, Friday, National Pet Day.
National Pet Day is Friday. We got this gear for you that our merch team thought it was a good idea. Okay, I want to show you this. So if you guys, honestly, if this sells out, I'm going to personally give credit to the merch team to come up with these ideas. And I will say, this is their idea if it goes lights out, okay? Now, what do we have here? A few different things for you to pick from with Future Looks Bright. Frisbee rope toy. This is one. We have this tennis ball. What does it say? Tennis ball sling toy. We have this other one. This is sick, actually, if you look at it. This is the biting, the dog toy, what the leash is that we got with Future Looks Bright on it and Valuetainment on it.
Gangster.
This is the gangster if you're from LA, New York, maybe in Baltimore, pick this up.
Yeah.
We got some of this stuff. And on top of that, if you go, by the way, look at that Yeti one. Can you zoom into that Yeti one?
Oh,
is that
that's
like
awesome.
a Yeti, like a Yeti
Oh, it's a dog bowl?
Yeah, look how
Oh,
sick
this
that
guy's
is with
chilling.
Future Looks
I
Bright.
saw Vinny drinking out of one of
Every
those
day
this
your dog
morning.
will be excited when he's going through this. Go back, Rob. So let's place an order on one of the things so they can kind of see. Let's place an order on this, hypothetically. If you buy this, watch what happens, okay? So you buy this $15, you add it to the cart. Then it says here, are you team wolf or team meow? So you're going to get a Valuetainment mug that says meow or wolf, depending on if you're a dog person or a cat person. Obviously, Adam goes with meow and Vinny would go with wolf, but some of us actually like
Liking the
dogs and
kitties.
cats. But anyways, if you got animals, if you got dogs, go place an order for National Pet Day. Future Looks Bright. I never forget one of the shows I watched, cartoons, that it said all dogs go to heaven with the
Yes,
character
true.
Charlie.
Oh,
You remember
the
that? What a
best.
great movie, right?
Cry all the time.
If you love dogs, you got dogs, place an order. Future Looks Bright, not only for us humans, but also for dogs. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.